Morning. Oh, Hank thinks I'm talking to someone because he heard me say good morning to you guys. Hold on. Come on, buddy. Come on. Nobody's here. I was just saying hi to people on here. Let's see. Well, hello. What you guys doing? Hey, Steph. How you doing? How you feeling? Hey, Reese Jam. Hey, Pika. Good morning. This is just going to be a discussion. Hey, Big Girl for Life, Jujubee, Hellfire, Michigan Wifey, Haley, Baton Rouge. Good morning, everybody. How are you guys? Hi, Hindsight. Hey, Emily. Mary F. and Poppin, Hannah. Good morning, Revival. Good morning, Janice. Catherine, Liberty, Lady V. I'm not Golden R. Heather Licious. Hey, Bob. How are you, Bob? Hey, Charla. Lexi, Texie, Wise Mom, Adrian, Emma, Skip, Lori Life 360 for the win. You still haven't been to sleep, Lady V? Oh, that's a hard one. Hey, Goody Two Shoes. Sherry P, Lori, Lunatic Rose, Ostrich 29, Natalie Talua, Sin. Good morning, you guys. All right. Well, this isn't really going to be what I'm talking about today. I'm actually going to be back after a while, either this afternoon or this evening. I have a whole layout that we're going to do. I'm just waiting for one other live stream to happen so I can lay out something else. We're going to talk about some of the green team shenanigans and stuff going on. Oh, speaking of that, Revival. Okay. Hey, PD. Oh, good morning, Scooter McBooters. I'm so glad, Steph. I responded? Probably a day late. Hey, Freeside. Hey, B. Just so you guys know, hey, Missy. Hey, Toe Beans, Betty's, Printer, Note to Self. Note to Self. I didn't realize the other day that it ended me before you guys heard me saying thank you. Again, thank you to you and everybody else. I was over here talking and Pika's like, your live just poof ended. I was sitting here talking to you guys and thanking you guys. You guys couldn't hear me and I had no idea. It just poof disappeared. Hold on just a second. Yes, vertical chat cheat code. Save it to your watch later. Save the video to your watch later. Go into your watch later and it'll pop up in your regular algorithm. Give me 1 second. Let me get Hank out here with us. Let me see if I can turn my camera on. It's not working. Why is it not working? There's Hank. You want to see Hank? Say good morning, friends. I'm just sitting here on Bella, because I have no concept of space at all. And I just sit on everybody because I'm fat. Yeah, welcome to the jungle. Okay, enough you two. See, this is what's always going on. There's nothing. She's old and bitchy. She's 14. He doesn't know personal boundaries. So every time he sits on her, she's just like, Mom, get your kid. My God, they're such a freaking mess. All day. Bella doesn't have enough teeth to hurt him anymore, but she tries. She definitely does try. Okay, eat your treats. Bella's like, Mom, why did you get this beagle? Don't fat shame, Hank. Your dog got vet shamed at the vet last week, or fat shamed? Oh my God. Oh my gosh. I don't blame Bella either. This full grown, or he's not even full grown. God, he's 8 months. He is officially 8 months old today, you big brat. And he's probably pushing 80, 90 pounds already. I mean, he's just huge. He's a huge bitch. But he will jump. He'll like run and jump on and just land on you fully. He landed on my stomach the other day, just did like this pounce jump. And I was like, oh my God. I felt my ovaries, I think, move to my, well, I don't even have those, so never mind. I was going to make a joke, but that joke don't land. Is she world peace? We think he's got some Black Mountain Cur in him. Bella is always annoyed. She's always annoyed with him. I gave you treats. You already ate those? Okay, are you going to be good? Or are you just going to be bad today? He's chosen to be bad every day because his dad's not home. He's like, whatever. All right, let's get into it. I want to talk a little bit right quick. There's a lot going on. There is a lot going on. There's a lot being said. There's a lot of chaos. There's a lot of fucking responses. And I just want to kind of once over this because I don't want anybody to be confused of where I land. And I know that certain members of the opinion community are here, so they will hear this. And to the particular ones that continue and have continued to watch me since you've been blocked and have constant something to say or, texting others and having issues, continue to have your issues, please and thank you. It's fucking weird to me. Weird. Seems like you're more interested in what I do and what I say now than you were when you supposedly sat around. So there will be a lot of people that you'll see poking or talking shit. Let them lie. I am telling you right now, there are certain people out here that will not be getting a reaction or a response because that's exactly what they're looking for. And I don't fuck with crazy. I've already done that. Been there, done that. Nope, not going back. And when I say straight up fucking crazy, yeah, straight up crazy. So now they're trying to do this whole like offensive thing of saint nonsense. First of all, bitches, catch the fuck up because I've had saint and sinner and Amber Ann tattooed on my fucking hip for going on like 15, 20 years. Ooh, you're going to hurt my fifis. But I want you to really understand something. So these people who are sitting with that group of people are people I once considered friends, who I have openly shared my past trauma with. By the way, whoever is running around saying that nonsense his own words, she was in a Mormon cult. No, I wasn't. I've never claimed to be Mormon. Not at all. Nope, they tried to recruit Kyle and I. Never once. I don't know where the fuck you guys get shit twisted or hear things or whatever, but I've never once said I was in a Mormon cult. Lived in Utah. Hung out with a lot of different people. Have a lot of experience. Never was in a Mormon cult. But that whole thing, the saint nonsense cult thing. So I can understand the joke. Like, we can laugh about it because it's the furthest from the truth. But I want you to understand that they are trying to weaponize my past that I shared with them. And when the first time I shared it with one particular person from the opinion community, I was questioned as to why would that be harmful or why are cults harmful? I don't know. Because people lose their fucking lives. Child abuse happens all the time. So when you sit here and try to diminish and make it a joke and fucking, oh, nonsense as a cult leader, I'm not trafficking children, am I? I'm not having people hide SA, am I? When you are taking such a serious fucking topic like people who have been in cults and the abuses that happen inside high demand religions, you are diminishing a lot of victims. That's a you thing, not a me thing, once again. You sit here and demand or, oh my God, nonsense was in the chat when Clue did this. Actually, I was on the phone, but I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't give a shit. And I'm not going to come out here. I'm done proving shit to any of you. Think what you fucking want, but here's a little factual detail for you. You people that are demanding or having such an issue with what was done. Okay, I didn't do it. Would I have done it? I'm not in her shoes, so I don't know. I might have already been in jail by this point in time if I was pushed to the levels they've been pushed to. I don't know. Not in those shoes, so I can't really speak. So there's that. But I want to take you back for a moment because remember a certain sinner, a lemon head of sorts? His introduction to kind of getting his feet wet in this sector and making his mark known, was to post body cam footage of Bullhorn Betty's domestic violence. I thought that was fucking foul and disgusting as shit. Actually, a lot of us over here did. We thought it was disgusting. No need for it. You know who overlooked it? You know who overlooked it? Yeah, a lot of them. Because he was still a useful idiot for them. They might have disagreed with him doing that, but they didn't pull away from him. So I'm trying to understand how the people who were having such moral outrage sat right alongside and or used a person who's been known to do stuff like that against Bullhorn Betty. Now, I can't fucking stand Bullhorn Betty, but that was too far and disgusting, right? You want to talk about women's empowerment? Where was the fucking rah-rah cheer squad for Betty when she was done like that? Oh, wait, you don't like Betty. Okay, I gotcha. Just establishing a few things. You sit here and poke and prod and, oh, they're hypocrites. Yeah, we all admit we're hypocrites. We're not the ones denying it. But while you sit here and play, oh, if you're in a chat, you guys are all there too. You're all in here. You watch everything I do. It's so funny to me that when some of you lost access to me, you really started to play some fucking games. And man, the last 24 hours has been enlightening. Let me tell you, the obsession is fucking real. Sinner was still a useful idiot for you guys, right? So you guys were like, oh well, we'll overlook that. Don't ever fucking try to play this little game, because for every time you guys come out here and act like, oh, what about women's empowerment? Where was the women's empowerment when a bunch of women got stuck in a lawsuit? Where was the women's empowerment when Clue situation started to be used against her? Oh, it didn't matter. Where was the women's empowerment when Betty's DV body cam was put out here? And again, I find it very interesting that the very person who FOIA'd that report went into BJ's. BJ wanted her to private message her. She, wanted to talk to her. Then she claims that it had been floating around forever and ever. So what is it? And you know that Granny FOIA'd it long before because she'd been dangling it. What is it? Because the story keeps fucking changing. Blank screen, agreed. Agreed. Absolutely agreed. That there was no need for that. Absolutely none. But I just find it to be very fucking convenient that is often forgotten. We will be doing an upcoming segment on the actual harm that real cults do. For the ignorant ones in the back who still can't fucking figure it out, that even mocking or trying to... Who the fuck is in my cult? Hank? Bella? Kiki? For these people who threw a fucking fit about Queen Bee being called Escobar because, there was actual victims, to play this whole game about cult leaders with the actual harm and destruction, life-changing shit that happens in real cults, to use it for fucking games because your fifis are hurt. It's not a joking matter. People lose their lives and shit like that. A lot of sexual assault is covered up. A lot of trafficking. Look at Scientology. Look what they've been protesting and screaming. And you still want to play these games. Play them. You're just going to be playing them on your own. Now let's talk about last night. This is just a fucking PSA. So they know what to expect, because for some reason there's this one sloppy ass bitch that really is like, I mean, she's up there with Veda Jade style shit at this point. She really wants some attention. Ain't gonna get it from me. Keep on. Host the nonsense support group meetings. Saint nonsense. Oh my God. The difference is I've never claimed to be a saint. Never once. Not even remotely close. But I find it fucking hysterical that the very people screaming so loud about poor BJ weaponizing her fucking trauma are the same fucking cunts that are using mine to try and call me a cult leader and try to play games. You've never had any oxygen. I'm really not that interesting. That is for damn sure. Come here, buddy. Oh, I know what you're doing. You're going to go bug her again if I don't give you another treat. Let's talk about last night. I'm going to use Sinner as an example again. He seems like a perfect example for this little exercise. Sinner was gassed up. We told him that was what was happening all along. Some of us are very aware. Sorry, hold on. Let me give Hank his treats. Oh, beat him. Did they? That could be. I don't know. I know that they were involved. Don't ever forget that they were involved in the doxing of Heels, a woman on hospice, and putting her adult daughter on the internet. When she begged for them to remove it, they refused to. That's all I got to say about that. Don't let that slip your mind. We watched what happened with Sinner. He was rah, 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 cheered on, go after Queen Bee. Say all the worst things. Let's hand you documents. What he did to Queen is unforgivable. Absolutely fucked up. But he didn't get there on his own. Do you think they gave a shit about his sobriety? Do you think they fucking cared? So when he started spiraling very publicly on live streams and lost his sobriety, again, everybody has their own adult decisions they have to make. But there's a pattern here. Because you see, those same people tried to kind of keep him in line for a while, keep things going, would go over there and support him, and then kind of, what's that push-pull dynamic where they push him and then they pull him back, and then they, like a true narcissist. What did we see last night? We saw a 37-year-old woman who for 3 hours was unsuccessful of staying awake. She wasn't yawning because she was tired. Again, I don't know what substance, don't care if she is. It's not the point. It was disgusting. And all these people who are enabling this behavior by poor BJ. Poor BJ. Where were you? I didn't see any of you in there or messaging her or, hey, maybe you should do what's best for you, because this is bad. Oh, is she 38? Thank you, just for you. Thank you. So and just for you, you're so right, because, oh my God, nonsense lied again. Fucking melt the internet. It was absolutely disgusting. absolutely fucking disgusting. And all of these people who are trying to help her iron out, where are all of them? Mal, BJ, 3 hours. Craig woke her up, a minor. Then she blatantly lied to her audience as we all heard her snoring. Couldn't stay coherent at all. Puts a poll up about DVSA and or trauma. Well, that's 100% of the public because every single person has had trauma in some capacity. Yeah, you don't see anybody doing that over here. You don't see anybody doing that shit. Well, I just want you guys to know, too, that the rumor is being spread by people who I once actually trusted. Well, I can't even really say I trusted them. It was a very... it's hard to say what I was duped, but it is what it is. It is continuing to be stated that I likely was behind the account made against Kyle. That's the lengths that these people are going because I no longer want to be around them. I've never once concocted nothing. I'm not the one running around on alts. But the people that are running around saying that, I got a lot of questions. But I'll wait for the proof. Yeah. The very people that I sat next to. Yep. Does it shock me? Not really, because once you see it for what it is. And don't worry, they're in here. They watch everything I do. Back to last night. She puts a poll up about domestic violence, sexual assault, and trauma. Again, that should be 100% of the population because everybody 18 and over, that's what her audience should have been, will have experienced something in their life. Even younger than 18, but I'm just speaking about her audience, what it should be. She didn't even go back to the poll. She was too busy falling asleep. That's exactly right, JS. It went through utter... Tara, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry for what you've gone through. And that's why I find it to be like, we can joke and laugh, it doesn't hurt my feelings. But this is such a serious topic. The harm that is done by cults is unreal. And to watch them try to weaponize that shit, yeah, I'm good. I counted over 20 times, and that was way out of track. It was way more than that she fell asleep. And I say fall asleep, her words are nodding off. So let's just use her words. Nodded off. No yawning. That's the other thing. If you're so tired, why aren't you yawning? That's another thing that doesn't... And let me be very clear. I don't give a fuck. You're putting it on a public platform, discussing extremely sensitive topics with that happening and minors waking you up in the background. And then you want to have your little fucking bimbo bitch buddies come out here and make fucking clips for you. Stop talking about her children. I'm not talking about her children. I'm talking about her. Again, those kids have no control over what they're in. They didn't ask for this shit. Unfucking real that the internet wants us to just give her grace, right? Give her grace. So then what? If something happens, we can turn around and get blamed. I'll say this. I hope, BJ, you get this memo. Get some Narcan in that house. Every household should have it. That's not just to you. Every household should have Narcan available. My other half lost his brother to a heroin overdose. This isn't a fucking game. It's disgusting. And it's shameful for you to even remotely claim that you've been in recovery and you've done this. You know what? That's an insult to people like my sister who have gone to prison for drugs. Not once, multiple times. Who came out and worked a program and has fought addiction for years and years and years. Currently, congrats to my sister. She's still sober and working programs. Congrats to everybody that is in recovery and fighting daily. Because I know this shit is a slap in the face to you. I am so sick of being gaslit. And it's not because these people stand for shit. I've said that over and over again, and I'm going to continue to say it. They don't stand for fucking shit. It's about who their target is or who their fucking fifis got hurt by. And it's a bitch for anybody suffering with co-occurring disorder or dual diagnosis. That's even more complicated, especially as our healthcare systems are so fucked up and access to even medication-assisted treatments is more expensive. Like, be thankful if you have access to programs and or services, because not everybody does. She lied to her audience. Flat out said, I haven't fallen asleep once. Nope, you didn't fall asleep, right? That's actually true. You nodded out. There was no yawning. There was no, I'm really tired. Straight up, gone. Snoring. Or wheezing, I guess you could say. Well, they continue to say, oh my God, they're talking about her kids. I will continue to say, look up the legal definition of neglect. That's not a dog whistle. It's the fucking truth. It's the fucking truth. Now, again, just like I said the other day, I do not encourage anybody to call because I think she thrives in that. But I'll say it again. You make it really hard for people who have worked in this environment, not me, people around me who have been addiction counselors, who have worked with children, who have worked for CPS, who have worked for agencies, you know, the agencies that you claim are being contacted. Where's the fucking proof? We know Dark Horse contacted one agency, and in North Carolina, the crazy thing is they protect people that report. So when you sit here and throw a fit, there's plenty of evidence to show that there would be cause for concern for a call. Now, I don't agree with it still, but just stating facts. She called a wellness check on you. But UCA agencies have been contacted. Then you tried to do some bullshit last night that Granny, once again, Granny is the end all be all. Granny's the only reason why the internet knew you had children. Well, in 2022, when you were good with Granny, you sat on a fucking panel and blamed other people for going at your children. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to the comments. You guys know when I get going, it just goes. I don't give a fuck how many kids you have. Truthfully, it's none of my fucking business. You made it the internet's business by lying and concocting and scheming and doing all the shit you did. But it's conveniently always switched on that Granny did this, Granny did that. I've never gone real life. Are you fucking kidding me? So reporting Natasha Cooper's PayPal wasn't going real life. And again, I don't know Natasha at all. At all. I'm not taking up for her, but it is what it is. It's real life. But of course, BJ's never gone real life. Meanwhile, using a court system is absolutely going as real life as possible. I can't even answer that, Viv, to be honest. I have no idea if he... I don't know. There are a lot of adults in these spaces, men and women, that have suffered from domestic violence. A lot. It's a topic that touches a lot of people. Again, it goes back to there's no perfect victim. However, this person claims they are not a victim. When I was asked the other day, is she a victim? I can't answer that. Of the internet, hell no. Of this situation that people are talking about, it's not my place to say. I can repeat what she said. She's not. That he has never hurt her or her children. So then how are we spinning it in? Oh, was that reality? Was reality overstepping and acknowledging that? And then you try to somehow use his service. Do you know how many people in this comment section are spouses or themselves veterans of our military who have served multiple tours, who have debilitating PTSD because of tours that they served? I'm not saying you can't have PTSD without having a tour either. That's not what I'm saying. But you spit in the face of so many veterans and their families and what they go through. My great-grandfather, my grandfather, my uncle, cousins, grandpa on the other side served in, some of them served in wars, some of them did tours. Not one of them used the excuse that we heard last night. And to watch people sit around, enable the behavior. Her own chat was telling her, maybe you should go to bed. You're exhausted. This has got to be exhausting. Go to bed. Her own chat, her own people. How did it feel when she looked at you and, well, she didn't look at you, I guess, through the camera? That was off. But she told you flat out, I haven't fallen asleep once. As you're expressing concern for her ability to stay conscious. You managed to spit in the face of survivors, victims, military veterans, active duty military, people in recovery, SA victims, all of it. For what? And I don't want to hear this. It's so traumatizing for you to talk about it because remember, there's a whole 2 videos when Rakin first put it out and pulled it up on Granny's. There's 2 videos. You didn't have any of that energy. In fact, you went fucking hard at Granny. In those videos, you actually claimed that Granny had had that information for so long. She had FOIA'd it a long time ago. FOIA the FOIA and fucking get the truth. Oh, wait. You don't want to do that because the truth doesn't align with what you're trying to claim. If you missed last night, be glad. Be glad you did. Truthfully. I'll share a little bit of a personal story. When I was in my early 20s, my sister had already been struggling with addiction. I didn't know to the degree because we didn't live in the same home. We were grown. She was coming down one day. I didn't know what from or anything. I watched her go completely out right in front of my face. I can't imagine being a minor child and watching that. It was traumatizing for me in my 20s. Something I can replay vividly in my head. Over and over again. I can't imagine being a child, and so many of you know exactly what I'm talking about because you've had loved ones or you yourself have been in the spots that you know exactly what I'm saying. There is a lot of fucking enablers on this app. A lot. And I want you to pay close attention. These aren't friends. These people don't really give a fuck. If they gave a fuck about her, they would say, hey, look, this is you got to figure out something. This is unsafe for you and everyone in your home. That's what friends do. Friends have the hard conversation. These people don't care, which is we've known. Reality don't give a fuck. She sat there twisting and turning stories, and then Britt would be like, oh, well, and she'd be like, well, or you can put the work in and heal from it. What the fuck? You want to talk about exploitation of mental illness, BJ? She said she's a protected class. What are you doing? You're the one making her look like an idiot alongside her. So if she's a protected class, who's the one exploiting her? You. If she has no control over her behavior, then why are you letting her on your panel? You're not going to turn that around like that. Revival, we actually talked about that yesterday. If I was to do that, and this is no shit, this is straight up no shit. Some of my friends have contact with my family. If I was to do that, they would be on the phone with me, checking on me. And if they couldn't get a hold of me, they would be calling Kyle or Kenzie. And if I did it again, they would make sure that Kyle or Kenzie took my internet service and I got to the doctor. That's what friends are like. And they might just show up here too and take my ass in. And that's not a joke. That's reality. But they sit there and encourage it, cheer it on. It's fucking a mind fuck. You're right. You're being used for content by the people that are claiming they're helping you line shit out, right? You want to talk about your poor, innocent children. Again, I believe they're innocent. They didn't get to choose their parents. They don't deserve any of this shit. I'm not talking about your children. I'm talking about you. Don't ever get it twisted. Those kids deserve better. They sure as fuck do. You want to talk about the damage that's being done to your children. Again, the call's coming from in your own home. We're not the ones in their home keeping them up all night. So they have to go to school the next day. What do they say when they're exhausted? What do you have them trained to say that, oh, the haters kept my mom up last night online, so my mom kept me up. I had to keep waking her up. Do they tell their friends it's the haters' fault? To anybody that doesn't understand what I'm talking about with Narcan, I don't know how it is in other countries, but in the United States, Narcan is it's an opiate blocker. Basically, it will, and sometimes you need multiple vials of it. So I always recommend having at least 2 on hand. You can get it locally. There's a lot of times there are places outside of pharmacies that you can get free Narcan. A lot of states now, with picking up opiate medications or even certain other medications, they will give it to you for free. Some places it's required to pick up. I suggest it for everyone. In fact, let me see. I might be able to show you what it looks like. I might have to go to my car though. Let me see if I can find you what it looks like. Just so I can show you. Most of you know. I think mine are, well, it's in the med bag. I have one in my emergency first aid kit, but let me go to my car. I think my little white and pink bag is in the car. I have one here. I just might have to, I'm trying to avoid going upstairs. Are you serious, Eric? Really? Yeah, if you guys have any suggestions of where to get it, please feel free to include it in the chat. Harm reduction is a real thing. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to go upstairs. I'm gonna have to go upstairs. Yep. Damn it. Damn it all to Pete. Oh, you know where it's at? Hold on. Hold on. I haven't transferred everything to my car. I've had this car for a couple months now, and I still have not transferred everything over. If you have elderly people that you take care of, you care for, it's another good. Here you go. That is what it looks like. Oops, you can't really see it. That is what it looks like. Please carry it with you. Or have it handy. Oh no, my tabs and everything are transferred. I'm just talking about like what's in my middle console. Yep. That's a nose one. That's a nasal one. And like I said, sometimes it takes multiple. So it's a one. You put it in the nose, you squeeze it. Sometimes it takes multiple. And what it does is it basically strips all of the medication or drugs or whatever you have had in your system. It tries to block them for a short period of time. They have 90 minutes to get an inmate in front of a doctor at a hospital if they're in. Wow, Eric, that's actually really good. 90 minutes is a pretty long time still, but. Ooh, the bite model. That is a great breakdown. The bite model is amazing in vapor. I will make sure that we go over that. That's crazy, Eric. You carry yours at work. Hell yeah. To everybody that, seriously though, if you know of a place like in your area or whatever, or know where to get it, please feel free. Put it in the chat after you watch this on replay. I don't care. Addiction is a disease, and to all of those in active addiction, my heart goes out to you. To those in recovery, keep fighting. But I am so fucking sick of being told by random fucking people that we're supposed to remain silent and not say anything about this situation. I'm sorry, people lose their lives every day to shit like this. This has been over a year of this fucking bullshit. And it's progressively gotten worse. Last night, in my opinion, was probably the worst I've seen. While she sits there and tells all of us to log off, seek help. Huh. Free in their lobby. Yep. Pharmacies, depending on your location, absolutely. Your courthouse does? That's amazing. There's places, I think it's in Philadelphia, parts of Philadelphia, that actually hangs Narcan from trees. People think it's like Christmas decorations, but it's actually vials of Narcan that are in like areas where there's a high population of use. They will have Narcan little vials in the trees. I've seen that too, which is hell, whatever works. And I will always suggest one is better than nothing, but if you can get two, but here's the thing, if you ever have to use it, you're on the cell phone calling 911 as you use it. You're not forgetting to call 911. You need emergency response and you need to tell them what is going on. You administer it, and if they're, then you proceed to CPR. This isn't a joke. This shit is not a fucking joke. It's not a fucking game. And I'm so sick of things being fucking thrown out here, used. I don't give a fuck about the people trying to hurt my fucking fifis or fucking weaponize my shit as they claim that they're so superior when they sat by and didn't give a fuck when Betty's DV. Let them fucking lie. Let them fucking create and concoct whatever the fuck. Let them paint whatever version they want to of all of us. Let's talk about the real shit. There will never be a day that anybody can get on my ass and say that I didn't have a real discussion about how to get or receive Narcan. What addiction actually does. The fucking bullshit games that you're using this cult thing around. Oh, to hurt nonsense. No, I deprogrammed from that shit a long time ago. Try again, you dumb bitches. And I call them dumb bitches because To take a jab at me, they have to diminish everybody that has been in fucking cults and the real harm that is done in real cults to take a jab at me. Good on you. Good RX and on. Thank you guys for all being a part of this conversation and putting it in the chat. I appreciate you guys. Any suggestions you have, I am definitely not the. There are people in here that are harm reduction specialists. There are therapists in here. There's a psychopath. I'm just joking. Psychologist. I can't even talk. We have a lot of people around here that have worked in these arenas their entire lives. Yes. Yeah. Yes. In a vapor, very, very good word of advice. Beat cults are one of my favorite topics, and if you want to see me get nerdy, you'll see it. I'm going to do a whole breakdown of the actual harm of cults, the actual things that happen in cults. You know, like child trafficking, cover up of sexual assault. Psychopaths. Thank you. You're a social worker too. Yep. Ooh, and there's a new one that I saw in the news. Shannon, it's very problematic. Can it be administered? Yeah. Should it be? No. No, it should never be a child's responsibility. No. Unfortunately, no. But I tell you what, in my home, I would definitely be teaching my children how to administer it. My girls know how. But they would never be in that position because I'm always with them. So I would be the one using it. But they absolutely know, here's the emergency medical kit. This is what each thing is now, different levels of what they could accomplish, but they know to call 911. Here they've incorporated the Good Samaritan law. Yep, that's a good thing too. Honey Elder, it's horrific what we're watching. Last night was just truly, it was a struggle to get through that, to watch it. My choice. I sat through it. I was stunned. I was fucking stunned. Just when you think it can't get worse, it does. It does. And I want to remind you here, this is who she is. Again, the whole situation around DV. I'm not good with any of that. But the person she sits by, used it against one of her co-plaintiffs and FOIA'd body cam. Do you think she gave a fuck about what was done to Betty? No. That's what I'm saying is, let's stop the fucking bullshit. Let's have the real discussions, because whoever is enabling, and there's a lot of you in that chat, enabling her behavior and continuing to turn a blind eye, this is on you. Stop putting it off on the haters that we're caught. I'm not in her home. I have no control over what's going on. We have no control over what is going on in that home. So to even put it off, no. Not going to happen. I don't have a solution. She's an adult. She's got her shit together, right? Everything's good. She sat there last night again and said, I didn't lie to my children, to my child. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Again, that's a you thing, not an us thing. But I've never seen somebody tell you right to your face over and over again, what you're seeing is not the reality. And so many people are willing to go along with it. These people that are enabling her behavior are also, again, the same ones that have enabled Sinner's behavior. Who cheered Sinner on as he posted body cam. Last night, my opinion. Hey, Starlight. Remy, thank you for being a member. Hey, Beth. Sorry, you guys, I was really not paying attention that well. And this thing sucks. I do hate this scroll. I do hate it. If there was anything else that was sent, I cannot scroll up and I do not see it. And I'm really sorry once again. Ugh, Shaky, that just... DV is a complicated situation. Again, it is too complex to even... Everybody's situation varies so much from person to person. But I'm just so sick and tired of this fucking fake, phony outrage. And that's exactly what it fucking is. They don't give a shit about BJ. They don't give a shit about what was put out. Yeah, Remy, that was hard for me too. The smear of veterans, the one swipe, just that was problematic. Yeah. Well, Michelle, here's the thing is, I've said it over and over again. We don't have to. We don't have to care in that capacity, if that makes sense. And I'm not saying you don't, because I genuinely believe a lot of people do care about kids in general. Nobody wants to know that those kids are experiencing this. Fuck no. Like I said, I had trauma from watching my own adult sister in my 20s, let alone a young child seeing that. Those are vivid memories that are oftentimes recalled. I think everybody cares about children in the capacity of nobody wants kids to go through this, but we do not have the responsibility or the ability to protect those children. That's on her. She has to do that. We don't have to care in the capacity that she expects. But caring for them is not remaining silent. And I'm going to say that again. I don't give a fuck. Caring for them is not remaining silent. It's putting out information. Hey, I don't care if you're a minor or not. If you see this, you shouldn't be, because my channel is 18 and over. Please learn how to use Narcan. We need to do better for our children. Betsy, the last night I actually was having a text conversation and I was like, this is the worst I have ever seen. The absolute worst. And again, I don't know what it is. I'm not even going to fucking speculate on what potentially is going on. But I know she's not just falling asleep. There's no yawning. There's no nothing. It is just dunk. I do too, Denise. I do too. And I think some are. But, well, I think some started to kind of introduce some of that stuff, but have withdrawn some recently too. But I agree with you. I think high school age kids should know. I really do. Because unfortunately, especially in bigger areas. A lot of teenagers start experimenting, and nowadays, a lot of stuff is laced. It can be a one time, first time deal, sadly. It's a shitty situation. I don't have a solution for it, but remaining silent and just acting like we're not seeing what we're seeing is never going to happen over here. I'm going to continue to speak up. I'm going to continue to say something. This is my statement today. Get fucking Narcan. Have it in your house. I don't want to hear any of this bullshit of nobody. I don't need it in my home. Everybody needs it. Everybody could use it. Whether it's you have elderly people around, people on chronic medication. It can also be a buildup of medication in your system having issues. It can be unintentional by forgetting that you already took your meds. There can be a lot of causes of it. It's not always addiction that people overdose over. Oh, I haven't looked yet up to good. I'm on my phone, so. I love that, Beth. Betsy, she's, just so you know, that comment right there will be screenshot by her group of people, and they will say, look, see, they're saying that CPS, they're going to call CPS again. So just so you are aware, they're in here screenshotting and plotting. Hey, quit. That is, I do not encourage anybody to do that because, as she claims, and we heard on dispatch, CPS was involved at the end of April. She, in my opinion, wants that. So I don't suggest that. I'm also not going to say, I know. No, I know, Betsy. I get it. I'm just saying that, unfortunately, no matter, I get what you're saying. I completely get what you're saying. In fact, I've had a very conflict with it myself. Oh, Selena, could be. You had Narcan behind the counter at no cost. That's amazing. Yeah, isn't that wild, Denise? Yep. In the hospital and the other, yep. Just for you. Yeah, that happens a lot. Last night was disturbing, turning leaves for sure. Yep. Yep, the kids deserve better. They absolutely do. I agree with all of you guys on that. I don't have the answer anymore. But I know that her people enabling her, and they know who they are. I don't even have to name names. If you're enabling the behaviors like this, then lace that fucking bitch up and wear it. I'm just really thankful for the people in my life who would never sit by and be like, oh yeah, this is fine, everything's good. Hell no, I'd get my ass fucking beat. Because they would be like, no bitch, what's going on? Yeah, concerning for sure. Oh, I love that, Dree. I love that. All right, that's all. Narcan is free in Australia. That's good to know. Yeah. Sometimes they say that everybody's rock bottom is different, and sometimes people have to hit rock bottom. I honestly don't believe in the whole rock bottom theory because I think a lot of people were on rock bottom and just continue to try and maintain at rock bottom. Some people's rock bottom is no longer here. So that looks so different for each and every person. But all I know is addiction is a disease. It fucks up so many people's lives. The people around, the children, the parents, family members. It hurts a lot of people. It hurts the person using. But to actively sit and deny right in our faces over and over again that we're not seeing what we're seeing. Okay. All right. Yeah, everybody's. That's why I've always had a hard time with, like, Oh, they just have to hit rock bottom. Well, some people's rock bottom is no longer like, some people, I don't want to ever hit that rock bottom. Rock bottom always has a basement. Yep. Yep, it absolutely can be passed down too. Yep. Aw, Duchess, I'm sorry about your mama. Absolutely, turning leaves. These are things that impact my life. These are things that I very openly talked about, and I have no shame in it. Again, I've never once claimed to be perfect on here. Well, they sit here and fucking joke around about saint nonsense. No, I'm just a fucking fucked up asshole that has been through a lot of shit, and I'm willing to fucking talk about it openly. You guys can weaponize all the shit you want to on me. Fucking have fun. Be your Billy badass selves. I'll continue to sit here and tell people, protect themselves, get Narcan, educate yourself on addiction. Realize that a lot of people that do want to get help can't even access services. Be thankful if you can, because not everybody has that ability, and it's only getting worse. To everybody that works in harm reduction, social workers, psychologists, all of it. My hat's off to you. That's a hard job. So, if you have any questions about Narcan, there's a lot of informed and educated people in this comment section, way more than I am myself. And that's why, we are called an island over here, because unlike people like to say, I don't control your thoughts. But if you have suggestions or anything for people of how to get Narcan in their homes, please put it in the comment section after this live is over. Resources, anything, because we're just watching this one publicly. There's a lot of people that suffer in silence. There's a lot of people that are not thrown money and coddled the way she is while she spits and lies in everybody's faces. A lot of people have sought help and been denied help. She has it very good, if you ask me. Crispy, I just found mine. Well, the one I have it upstairs in my emergency medical kit. So I have a emergency medical kit. Oh, hold on. Let me just show you guys. Let's just walk it through. I'll just show you what's downstairs. So because we have a swimming pool, I don't want to have to run up the stairs to grab stuff. So in this closet right here, there are 2 emergency medical kits with everything that you need. Now upstairs, I have my trauma kit, which has tourniquets, blood clotting stuff, like it's a very severe major med kit. The upstairs ones has Narcan, and then I just showed you the stuff in my car, so. Yes, I just couldn't remember what vehicle it was in. It's still in my SUV. Please, especially if you have children in your home. And one other thing. This is going to trigger some of you. Please understand it comes from a good place. If you want to own firearms, that's your choice. I have no shame in saying that we don't have that type of stuff around here. We have protection in other capacities. These are the people that told us that they have them in every room and are carrying multiple weapons with them at all times. We have seen how many mass shootings already? You tell me. Since school started, our girls have been in for like 6 weeks. Firearms should have trigger locks. You should have a safe. Your children should not have access. In order for children to handle them, they should have to have taken hunter safety courses, gun safety courses, and know the proper handling of them. We know that that's not going on because that's not a priority. It is very highly concerning to me to even think that there are unsecured weapons within fingertips. You can buy trigger locks you can buy boxes, there's so many different variations for gun safety. I grew up hunting. I took hunter safety classes. I love me a 223, a Lapua. Shit, I've hit targets at over 800 yards away. That's not a joke. Lapuas are pretty impressive, but they got a fucking kick. I'm not against it at all. In fact, at one point in time in my life, that was something I really enjoyed. But it was always done safely. OG, I have actually a video of me firing that with a full arm cast, my entire elbow was broken. It was shattered. And I'm sitting there at the range with that one firing away, shooting at those. I was like, I still laugh like, yeah. Please keep your gun safe and secure. Seriously, I cannot stress that enough. And I'm going to say this, and this is no offense to my Christians at all. But I don't want to hear any more thoughts and prayers for school shootings. Until you guys want to have the conversation about how we start protecting our children and limiting access to certain things or keeping them protected, I don't want to hear any of you say thoughts and prayers for another school shooting, especially as this one has sat here and told us openly that she is carrying weapons from room to room as we watch her nod out every night and say that all the fear mongering on all the shit that's happened. I don't want to hear any more thoughts and prayers out of their fucking mouths, okay? I'm sick of it. There is a whole different story between responsible gun ownership and negligent behavior. Thoughts and prayers are not fixing and stopping school shootings. When you have an adult openly saying, two adults openly saying that they are carrying weapons, and you can see the mental instability in that household and or denial of whatever else is going on, it's concerning. Hell yeah, Shaggy. Honey Elder. Thank you, Nonsense. This is an important conversation. GoodRx has a discount code for Narcan in case it's not available for free in your state. Thank you so much, Honey Elder, for the support and for that information. Thank you all. You guys have put, I see a lot of comments in here. Remy, my husband has literally been through hell because of what he went through in combat. I've been right here with him, never ever laid a hand on me. I'm really sorry for what he has experienced. Thank you for his service and you standing beside him. To all of our veterans, thank you for your service. To all of our active duty military members, thank you for your service. I know this is really hard for so many, and that was a complete slap in so many people's faces. One of Kyle's best friends has done, I think, 2 or 3 tours. He's now in med school. He's been in the Army for 20 plus years. But there's certain things he can't even talk about. Absolutely can't talk about. Passion for victims, you should be able to, yeah. You should be. You might not be able to until I'm done. OG agreed. I don't either, Crispy Treat, but at the same time, Heatherlicious, because they say the haters. But then she says, you know, everybody's healthy, happy, and safe. So I don't, again, I'm just going off of the things she said. Do I believe it's likely that they have them in every room and are carrying 2 on them? I have no fucking clue, but I'm not taking the risk to just say, oh, she's fucking lying. She lies about everything. It's not my fucking day to pick apart what's lies and not. All I know is they hopefully are secured safely with trigger locks, responsible gun ownership. Do I trust and love myself? Abso-fucking-lutely. Yep. 100%. Do you? Do you trust and love yourself? Crazy B6, absolutely. Heatherlicious, that's a very hard part for me too. Well, Shannon Marie, she'll probably come on and say that they are secured, but we also already have her on video stating that they are carrying them from room to room. That's what, please send me papers. Like, if you think for 1 second I am joking, get me in front of a judge, please. Because I tell you what, your head will fucking spin around like you thought you had an exorcism when I'm done with you. Because if you think I will back down in front of a goddamn judge about what I really think, I hold back on the internet. But let me tell you what, that judge will be paying full attention to what I say. And every bit of every single thing I show. Try me. If you think I'm fucking around, try me. Send the goddamn papers. Taking my YouTube channel, feel free. Get me in front of a judge. Let me tell the judge what I think. Because there's some things you might forget. I don't walk like a lot of you. I don't move like a lot of you. One thing I don't have to lie about is that I've busted my ass for 10 years to protect children and give them the best life possible. And that meant sacrifice on my own part. And I love every bit of it. It wasn't really a sacrifice. It actually, they made my life better. But I don't have to fucking lie about it. I not only raised my own, but others. Because of addiction. I don't play with this fucking discussion. I don't play when it comes to the safety and the security of minors. You will never put that off on me or anybody else. This is your responsibility, not ours. Two old crows, yes it would. By the time I got done with in there, they would have a lot of concerns. Trust and believe. Because I don't have to lie. I can just show him. Your own words, your own statements, your own neglect. You might have pulled the wool over somebody's eyes. Get me in front of a judge. By the time I'm done, they'll know exactly what's going on. Hell yeah, OG. I'm so thankful for them. So thankful for them every day. They've taught me so much about life. And my girls, they're just incredible. Truly, they're truly incredible humans. And because of them, my life has been so much better. I do have to say, though, every day I get random teen texts. I don't know if you have teenagers and any of you experience this, you might. But do you get random teen texts? Because every day there's some sort of, it's not usually a crisis or a catastrophe. It's some like ridiculous, like what the hell. So yesterday, my 16-year-old, it's so funny to say that, she sends me a picture the day after her 16th birthday. She sends me a picture and she's just got this look on her, well, she's shooting the selfie like up her nose because she's skilled like her auntie over here, you know? She's got the worst angle of a picture you could ever see. And she goes, I've got the plague. I died. And I'm like, what the hell? she's got this skull and crossbones thing sticker on her shirt. And I'm like, what the hell are they doing? They were doing something in one of the classes, and she ended up getting the plague and getting killed off when whatever they're doing. And so, I should have been the sensitive, happy, supportive. I'm like, well, it was nice knowing you. She goes, I said, you only made it a day after your 16th birthday. She texts back and she says, it was nice knowing you too. LOL. Every day it's something though. You just gotta freaking laugh. I die every time. I'm like, what now? You just never know what the hell they're up to. Oh my God, the nose piercing, Mrs. W. Oh, yeah, we are doing that. We are doing that. Internet shame me. I'm letting my 16-year-old get her nose pierced. Yep. Slim, thank you so much for the support. It's good to see you. Oh my gosh. They're so freaking funny. I am going to take her to get her nose pierced. I am. KNS, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. Welcome to the cabana. It's just a little hole. Tiny little hole. All of us have them. Kenzie has multiple. I have had my nose pierced 20 plus years. It's a tiny little, it's the best body modification. Like if you're starting out with piercings, a nose piercing is very minimal pain, and you can remove it with not seeing it ever, not scarring and stuff. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Amy, we go to a specialized, Kenzie's got piercings every which way, so she's got this dialed in. Oh, by the way, if you ever do get piercings, please do not take your children to Claire's. Please do not. Please go to an actual piercing tattoo shop with a licensed piercer. A lot of the Claire's piercers are not even licensed. And when you're dealing with blood and stuff like that, and not to gross anybody out, but you have to be careful with infections and stuff. Yeah, please go to a piercing pro. Yeah, Claire's is really bad. Really bad. And a lot of them are not even trained. Like they get like an hour of training on how to pierce. And that's not a joke. Sometimes depending on the mood of the judge, we'll give defendants a permanent PO, protection order. What then? For what? True crime with Eve? What are you talking about? I might have missed your upper question. Hell yeah, Shannon. Tattoo parlor, yep. You get belly button is another one. Another one that's pretty minimal pain, easy scarring. All right, I'm going to get off here. I'll wait for Eve's comment. Yeah, be careful with piercings like that. Family doctor, really? My mom used a potato back in the day and did her own. That's crazy that a doctor did it. 47. That's probably the most sterile, though. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's valid. True crime with Eve. Could happen. That's the thing is, she files, and I'm not trying to be like arrogant or anything about the situation, but she files any lawsuits with my names on them. You think for 1 second I'm going to be like, hell no, I'm not going to North Carolina. No, hell, I'm leaving on a jet plane. I'll go see my buddy Duchess. Duchess. I already got my professional bibs. I've had them for a while. I'm ready to go. If you think I talk a lot on here, get me in a courtroom. See, the thing about it is it would open up Pandora's box. I'm good with it. Do what you got to do. And by the way, we're going to Mini Cow Land here in a few days. So I think I've addressed everything I wanted to, but just so everybody is aware, I know there's a lot of shit people keep asking me, are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. You guys, I truly, most of it, I don't watch. Don't care to. Let them fucking lie. Let them show you who they are. Those of you that, you know. If you want to believe them, please do. You'll be coming back in a year, 6 months. And I'll say, told you so. So we're going to go back into doing what we do. We're going to talk about the green team shenanigans. And we're going to have a real serious discussion about the actual harm that is being diminished by these, I don't even know what you want to call them. Because their morals are so outstanding, right? You feel like it has, Davis? Yeah, it kind of has. Do it. But stop telling us we need to avoid conversations about what's going on. Because if you can sit there and say that this isn't concerning, then you need to get out in reality and realize that this is very concerning. She's not the only one. You're right. She'll never be the only one struggling. That's why it's hard for me to there's people who want help. There's people who can't access help. So I would rather help people that actually are helping themselves than people who blatantly spit and lie in people's faces. But the one thing I can do is continue to speak about, and they can say I'm on a fucking pedestal. Hell yeah, if it means that we can tell anybody to get Narcan in their home and anybody listens, it's worth it. Yeah, they're not low cows. OG Shorty. Becky, they said last night that it seems that all the call out we did with the tragedy pimps didn't do anything. So why keep doing it? Well, I don't know. I mean, or let's just be silent and watch these families get exploited day after day. I don't know. I mean, what a fucking thought process. Why keep doing it? I don't know. Does change happen overnight? No, it takes years of people joining the conversation and progression and people waking up to what is going on. So you keep talking about it, you keep doing it over and over again until more and more people get involved in the conversation and people wake up to the harm that is being done. Or you can just act like it doesn't exist and bury their heads in the sand and continue to condone or somehow say, well, it's not helping, they're still doing it. Yeah, there's fucking thousands of them. And the true crime market is one of the biggest moneymakers for these social media people. Hey, Keith. Yeah, that's true. The fupa's on the ground, I think. Davis fam, is that what you're talking about? Oh, shit. Slim, I got you. Music City Mom, thank you for being a member for 15 months. Sorry for anybody that I missed above. I can't scroll up and it's not showing anything on the bottom. I'm sorry. Yeah, heels on the ground. We're disbanded, yep. I don't know, Molly isn't doing it anymore. So I guess it did kind of, to my knowledge at least. Hey, Stitching. YouTube, I know it does, Davis fam, I know. Okay, I'm going to let you guys go, though. I just wanted to talk about Narcan this morning and what I saw last night and how serious this issue is, basically. As far as the other ones, let them fucking lie. Let them lie. Trust me, I found out some shit yesterday that's been going on for fucking months. Was I shocked? Unfortunately, not really. Not really. Nothing really shocks me anymore out here. But all I can say is, goddamn, whoever put the magnet in me that has the psychopaths, I'm tapped out, okay? I'm tapped out because goddamn, some of you are crazy. Hank, can you let her be? Can you just let her? Look at this big bully. There's my face. Screenshot it. Look at him. He just. Okay, you stop being a grouch and can you stop? Can you stop? Buddy, look at the size difference. Do you guys remember when they were the same size? You remember when they were the same exact size? Hank's 8 months today. I can't help but laugh at times too because he's just a fucking beast. And she's just a grouchy old grump. He's just a pain in the ass. All right, I will be here later on this evening. Probably around 4 o'clock my time this afternoon. Around then. If not, I will see you guys sooner. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day until I see you again. Bye, y'all. Hank quit.